one of them trying to argue, one of the dealerships trying to argue it out with one of our techs on the phone. But at the end of the day, FESS 126 compliant testing and being called the Magnusson Moss Act allows it to them not to do that. So.
Okay, so if I walked in a dealership and they just looked at the truck and was like, "Oh, it's got a lift, we're not going to warranty it," I would be covered still. That would be illegal.
Yeah, you'd be covered.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called a Magnusson Moss Act.
What is up? Welcome back to another video. What I want to talk about today is actually when on my last upload I talked about how my truck sways a little bit. It wanders a little bit on the road. I knew I wasn't the only one because I've had a lot of comments in that video, people telling me with their 2020 is doing the same thing. And also I've been getting a lot of messages on Instagram about people telling me that, hey, I watched your video, your truck's not the only truck that's doing it, mine's doing the same thing. So luckily one of the local subscribers, his name is Chris, he messaged me and said, hey, I watched your video, my truck's doing the same thing. I took it to the dealership, they're gonna order an intermediate shaft. So that's where I'm going right now. He's getting his work done at a local dealership, which I'm about to go there and tell him that my truck's doing the same thing. Hopefully we get it all fixed. I hope they don't blame the lift kit for it, because I don't think the lift kit has anything to do with it, since a lot of stock trucks are having the exact same issue as well. So basically, if you missed on what I talked about last time, if I'm on the interstate going 70 to 80, it sways a little bit, just a little bit, to a point where it's uncomfortable. Whenever I'm going over a bump, I can hear it like clunk, which my LOI does, and it's pretty common for the classic body Duramaxes to have that clunking sound. You could put a zip tie or a hose clamp somewhere under the dash to get rid of that clunking on the classic bodies, but I am not about to do that on this, and I don't even know if that would be the solution for these trucks, because I think it needs to be like calibrated, and I think there is a defective part that GM needs to address. There needs to be a recall for it, because it seems like a decent amount of people are complaining about it. So I'm bringing you guys along the journey. Let's see what the dealership has to say. They're pretty cool in terms of like warranting vehicles that are still relatively new, so hopefully they don't give me a lot of crap for having a lift kit. So yeah, let's go. First things first, I'm going to be stopping by the post office, dropping off some of the merch that you guys ordered. So thank you guys so much for your support. Here's our next stop before we go to the dealership. I have to order more hats for you guys. Alright, so we got the hats ordered. We got 25 more of these and then 25 more of the camo. Also, I ordered 10 more of new design that I just came up with. That's gonna be very exclusive. After I get one and a few other people get one, we'll probably only have about 5 for sale, so keep on the lookout. All right, so we're leaving the dealership now. Basically, super easy. I didn't record anything at the dealership because I typically don't like to just stick my camera in front of people unless they're my friends. But so basically what it is, the service guy, his name is super helpful. He said that it's probably the intermediate shaft on these trucks, but just to make sure, we have to make an appointment and have the guys take a look at it, which I don't mind at all. The right thing to do, just to make sure that is causing the issue, just to kind of confirm that it is the issue, or that is causing that issue. So we got to come back here next week, have them take a look at it, and they don't keep the parts in stock. So after they confirm that it is what it is, we have to order the part and have to come back and get it fixed. But hopefully after that, everything will be good. But I do have some stuff ordered from Kryptonite that will tighten up some of the steering up front as well. This would actually be considered a cold day in Georgia. Let's see. So it's right at 31 degrees right now, and it hasn't been this cold in a minute. So heated seats, heated steering wheel. All right, we're good to go. Oh, I'll tell you, I hate these dealerships. And you want to know why I hate dealerships? Oh my god, that pissed me off. Last week when I came here, guy asked all these questions. What's going on, blah blah blah, and he goes, all right, well, we'll get you an appointment made for like next week. Well, I had to talk to like this lady that makes appointments, and he goes, well, you want to wait on it or drop it off? And I was like, well, if I can wait on it, I'll wait on it. And he's like, all right, you can wait on it, no problem. I come today and he's like asking me all these questions like he didn't write anything down last week. And then he goes, all right, so I'll call you whenever we get done with it. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna wait on it. He was like, well, it's not gonna, you know, be like a quick thing. Then I was like, then why did you ask me last week if I was gonna wait on it? Why didn't you position yourself last week? I should have somebody pick me up, not give me that option, not let me know that today. And he goes, yeah, well, we got leftover work from yesterday that we got to finish up, so that's why it's gonna take a little longer. Bro, that's not my problem. I have an appointment today. And he's like, yeah, well, the appointment is to check in with me.
Wait a minute.
I came here last week and talked to him about all the issue that I had with my truck, and he said everything was fine. We'll take a look at the intermediate shaft and everything. And then he starts to question, oh yeah, so who did your lift? He goes, well, it's probably a we'll take a look at it. He's like, yeah, we've never had any issues like this. And I told him, look, somebody with the stock Duramax literally told me last week that they have an appointment here to get the intermediate shaft replaced because they have the exact same issue and their truck isn't lifted. And then he goes, oh yeah, well, we got that truck with the intermediate shaft issue, but yours is probably a lift kit issue. You know, if you get a lift, they're gonna do everything they can possibly do to make excuses and not warranty your truck. Now that I calmed down a little bit, I think I'm a little bit better, but I think the part that really annoyed me was the fact that he asked me if I was gonna wait on it. He asked me if I was gonna wait on it or drop it off last week. I told him I was gonna wait on it, if that was okay. And he said, yeah, that's fine. And then today I go to drop my keys off or drop the truck off. He tells me that he's gonna call me whenever he gets done with it. So I tell him like, hey, I was gonna wait on it like we talked about last week. And he looks at me like I'm stupid and he goes, well, it's gonna be a long wait. It's probably gonna take all day. And I'm just like, dude, why didn't you tell me this last week? And he says, well, we give every customer an option to wait on it. But that's not the point what I'm trying to make here. Like, why didn't you tell me last week when I told you that I was gonna wait on it, that it was gonna take a while? And then he tells me, well, we got leftover work from yesterday that we need to finish up. And I'm just like, dude, that's really not my problem. Like, I made an appointment at 8:30 to see you. And he says, yeah, it's to see me and not to see my mechanics. You need to learn how to position yourself better so you don't set an expectation with the customer. You present something else whenever the time comes. That's just not really cool. I actually was gonna wait on it, but the main reason why I left is I knew for a fact that they would blame the lift kit. They lied about the issue that they're having and they just don't want to take any kind of responsibility. I understand the lift kit. I understand there's a lift kit, so there's discrepancy. They just didn't even want to help you out, and that dealership's always been like that with their service department. I guess I can only blame myself for making an appointment there, but I just figured because this truck's under warranty, they would come out a little bit differently. But yeah, dealerships are a bunch of crooks, and everyone talks about BDS being the best, and this is probably one of the reasons why, because they offer a factory plus warranty. So if you have a brand new truck, they will warranty your factory warranty, basically. With that being said, I'm thinking we should give them a call and see what exactly it covers and if it would actually cover my situation.
Calling BDS Suspension, a premium suspension brand of Sport Truck USA. While most of Michigan is getting back to work, we are still continuing to recover from our downtime.
For the record, I have a BDS lift on my LOI, and it's got a lifetime warranty and everything with their parts. So, and I love the way it rides, I love the way it handles, and I put Bilstein shocks and it's super smooth. It rides way better than factory. Yeah, well, the cool thing about BDS is they have a lifetime warranty, like I said, and they want you to abuse and use your truck. So even if you go off-roading and break components that are BDS components, they will warranty that. They will warranty that without making any excuses. That's like their big selling point.
BDS, this is Nathan. How can I help you?
If the dealership denies, let's say for example, if I have like a steering wheel play or anything like that, and if the dealership denies, is that what your factory plus would warranty?
Yes and no.
Okay.
It's basically the dealership would have to prove that the lift kit was, you know, the reason for the clay in the steering. More or less, they have to show from without a doubt that basically our lift kit has, you know, affected the alteration from factory settings of the vehicle, which they won't come up with that because we are factory compliant.
Okay.
We go back to factory specs and all that. So there's it's actually pretty funny to see one of them trying to argue. You know, one of the dealerships trying to argue it out with one of our techs on the phone. It's unfortunately it's not something. I mean, I can't say that it happens commonly because yes, dealerships all the time are, you know, trying this thing. You know, hey, we're not covered. Or, you know, you're not covered under this now that you did that. You had to pay out of pocket all that, you know, good stuff to get your money.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you know, FESS 126 compliant testing and being called the Magnusson Moss Act allows it to them not to do that. So.
Okay, so if I walked in a dealership and they just looked at the truck and was like, "Oh, it's got a lift. We're not going to warranty it," I would be covered still. That would be illegal.
Yeah, you'd be covered.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it's called the Magnusson Moss Act.
okay. So I would just tell them to still kind of like look over the truck and then.
Yeah, you just tell them I have a lift kit on from a factory compliant company. Factory compliant lift kit company. The 560 Protection Plus is just an additional warranty to something that realistically doesn't happen. You know, it's just a drivetrain warranty that if the drivetrain ever does go bad from our, you know, lift kit, that we do replace it. And to be fully honest, in the lifetime of this company, I think it's only ever happened like 2 times. Which it was just maybe like a little spec outside of, you know, a factory warranty. We just covered it. But yeah, it's so uncommon that it just realistically doesn't happen after hundreds of kits we sell, you know, a week. Sir. So it's just it's not something you commonly hear about. So, but yeah, no, if you tell them you're, you know, a factory compliant company, we're FESS 126 compliant, then yeah, you'd be absolutely fine.
All right, that is actually amazing to hear because you know that's what everybody worries about too on their new truck. So cool, appreciate that information.
No. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Bye.
You too.
You guys heard it, folks. If you have a brand new truck, everything's under warranty, and you're looking at getting a lift kit that's not too big, BDS is the way to go. I've always liked Zone because they're cheaper, and I would still probably go with Zone for the most part. Like you guys just heard, dealerships cannot just decline any services on your vehicle because you have a lift kit. Like you heard, that is illegal. The dealership that I took it to, they didn't decline to fix it. They just try to blame the lift kit from the beginning when I checked in. And I knew that the fact that he brought that up, it had me worrying. I didn't want to stay there all day and for them to come to me 8 hours later and say, "Oh yeah, it's we're thinking it's your lift kit." Because the reason why I say that is the previous owner has taken the truck to the truck to that dealership multiple times, and they told him that they could not find a fix for it. And now I know it's an intermediate shaft for the most part because that's what everyone else is figuring out too, and that's what I wanted them to take a look at. Like I said, the fact that they brought up the lift kit and they said that I probably needed to take it to whoever put the lift kit on didn't give me any kind of confidence on them doing any kind of work on the truck. Let's call Rough Country.
Thanks for calling Rough Country. This is Will. How can I help you?
Hey Will, I got a quick question regarding your lift kit. Are the Rough Country lift kits factory compliant lift kits?
Yeah, none of our kits void any warranties. That's what you're asking.
Yeah, because I took it to a dealership. I have a 2020 Duramax, and it's a factory part that's pretty known for being defective, and they're trying to blame the lift kit for it. And I was trying to figure out, you know, I know the Magnusson Moss Act and everything.
Does this dealership have any lifted trucks on the lot for sale?
They do not.
Okay.
Would it be better? Would I have better luck if I took it? Go ahead.
We have a dealer install shop here at our local facility, our home office in Dyersburg, Tennessee. And we trailer trucks in from pretty ways, really, all over, and put lift kits on brand new trucks, trailer them back, and they sell them on the lot. You know, obviously with a $15,000 upgrade package on a $4,000 worth of product. But I mean, they can't void any warranty, and that's unfortunately, though, if it's a dealership that does not have, if they're not selling trucks and advertising trucks lifted, then you don't have that kind of that leverage to argue with. But I mean, they're welcome to give us a call. I mean, there's nothing on our kits that void any type of warranty. Obviously, anything that's a part of the kit would be under warranty through us. But as far as voiding the factory warranty on factory parts, it doesn't void any warranty.
Yeah, they're trying to tell me to take it back to the shop that installed it. The shop looked over everything. We think it's the steering column, but they're just giving me a really hard time about, you know, trying to fixing their factory component. But you think I would have better luck if I took it to a dealership that sells lifted trucks?
I mean, if there's one local, if there's one close by and it's not too far out of the way, yeah, I do. I think that, I mean, that's something I can't argue that, you know.
Right, exactly.
I mean, if they have one on the lot for sale and they try to tell you that, you know, it's the lift kit voided the warranty, then tell them, I would say, well, you know, maybe I'll just trade it in on that other lifted truck out there on the lot. Y'all gonna honor the warranty on it?
Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you're not, are you going to advertise it that way? Are you going to tell the customer that's looking at that truck to purchase it, hey, the lift kit voided the warranty on that truck? Because nobody's going to buy it.
All
They're
right.
just giving you a hard time, and that's not uncommon. We run into that occasionally, but I would ask to speak to a supervisor and tell them they need to do their research and they need to get in touch with Rough Country, and they need to explain to you how all these dealerships all over the U.S. are selling lifted trucks, and we're even installing the lift kits for them.
Oh, cool. So I could actually just have them contact you guys if there are any issues, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And if they believe it has anything to do with the lift kit, then have them contact us, and we'd be happy to walk them through it.
Cool. Dang, I appreciate that. That gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I appreciate your help.
They're just giving you a hard time, man. I don't know why they would do that, but it's not like they're gonna. It's not them paying for it. It's General Motors.
Exactly.
They're getting paid to do the work, so
yes,
it's
sir.
kind of stupid of them to even argue that.
Yeah, and I've just been going back and forth with the shop and the dealership, and yeah, so cool. Well, it gives me confidence. I'll have them contact you guys directly if they run into any issues.
Okay. Yeah, everything in our kit relocates everything back to the factory location.
Cool.
So,
all right.
Nothing really changed. In other words, you know, you lift the truck, but everything that's incorporated in the kit, that's the purpose of it.
Right. Yeah.
Put it all back. The factory angles, factory specifications, all that. So.
Cool. Well, thanks for your help.
No problem, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye. Well, you guys heard it, folks. As much as you guys give Rough Country a hard time about them being a crappy lift, yes, they are a budget lift, but they stand behind their product, just like BDS, half the price of BDS, but they stand behind their product, they stand behind their word. So what I might have to do is take it back to the dealership, and I'm just really gonna have to waste the whole day. And when they call me back and say that, hey, it's the lift kit, I can confidently tell them it's not the lift kit. I've already talked to Rough Country. If you have any questions, call them and they can walk you through on how it's not the lift kit. So yeah, that gives me confidence. Actually, that really makes me like Rough Country more than before. And I might be testing out their Vertex shocks in the future because I'm kind of curious. So stay tuned for that. This might get juicy because I'm actually gonna get the lift kit manufacturers involved, and it might get legal. So you guys might like it. I know you guys like drama, so stay tuned. Give this video 2,000 likes if you want this kind of stuff to continue. I'm not gonna give dealerships any kind of crap, but I'm not gonna take any crap from them either. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.